Welcome to the Wellness Made Easy podcast. Hi, I'm Larry Logsdon, and today we're diving into a crucial topic, cold and flu season. Are you prepared? Joining me today is Dr. Bob Martin, host of the largest weekend syndicated health talk show in America today, airing on 500 radio stations nationwide. Today we'll be exploring how to boost your immune system and natural remedies like Noni juice and other ways to keep you and your family healthy. How can you fortify your defenses and avoid getting sick? Well, stay tuned and find out today.
All right, we're going to turn our attention now to a very important topic. Really, it's about cold and flu season. We're in it. It's a big problem, as many of you know, but the question becomes, are you ready for it? Maybe you've already been caught off guard and you've already been sick this cold and flu season, and you're thinking, well, I got over it. Well, you may get it again. Some people have 3 to 6 colds and flus a year. Don't get struck down again. We've got a special guest joining us to help us better understand how to take care of our immune systems and be prepared and reduce our risks of getting sick for you and your family. So stick around for this conversation. Our special guest, Larry Logsdon. Larry is a functional food researcher specializing in exotic fruits and juices. Larry founded Tahiti Trader Company in 1998 to source, import, manufacture, and market premium quality Noni juice products to consumers, retailers, and wholesalers worldwide. Now, I've personally visited Tahiti Trader Company facility, inspected the way they do business, and what goes into their fine products. Personally, I've been there. And if you are unfamiliar with the health-giving, drug-free medicinal value of Noni juice, your body and mind are missing the boat big time. And that's why I invited Larry to join me today to discuss how consuming Noni juice could greatly benefit yours and your family's health. In this cold and flu season, it is a big-time problem, and I'd like to welcome back to the program Larry Logsdon. How are you doing, Larry?
Good morning, Dr. Bob. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you. Good morning to you. Happy New Year to you.
Yes.
Appreciate
you too, everybody out there.
Yeah, I appreciate you joining us on the weekend. Let's begin with, you heard the introduction there. Why does anybody at this point in time in January need to worry about or need to boost their immune system?
Well, that's a big subject. But the big problem we have is that most people have just come off of the holidays and they have consumed enormous amounts of sugar and tremendous amounts of stressors, which just takes out booty out of your immune system. And you just cannot keep up when there's so much going on. And also we have a lot less sunlight that was absorbed to get our vitamin D. Next thing you know, you're coming down with another cold, another flu, or some people are even fighting off COVID, which is really another flu. And these problems do not have to be there if we keep our body in balance, our homeostasis in balance. And that's the main problem here, Dr. Bob.
So I guess then it becomes, maybe that may help explain to some people, Larry, why it is that, let's say in an office of 20 people in an office, you have a certain amount of those people, even though they're in close proximation with one another. And there's viral spray going into the air with people talking to each other, coughing, sneezing, but yet only a certain percentage of them come down with or get the flu or get a cold or get COVID. And some of them seem to be almost impervious to getting sick. Then the question becomes, well, why is it that that percentage of people in that office, let's say 5 out of 20 of them get ill and the other 15 don't?
Well, that's a very good question. And I have found in studies that we've seen is that those people who are ones who are getting sick or getting ill more often are the ones who consume more sugar than everyone else. They use sugar and other stimulants to keep them going. They don't get enough rest. These are the same people that always are stressed out about this or that. Oftentimes, they may be smokers, and this is a real problem. And these are the ones that are eating fast foods that just don't have nutrition density at all. And in fact, they have so many other chemicals in those foods that when their body gets all through, it's fighting off everything and doesn't have enough energy for the immune system. And this is all completely solvable if you just know what the 10 steps are to get yourself healthy and keep yourself well, especially during the cold and flu season, Dr. Bob.
All right, I want to get to those in just a little bit, Larry, but I'm going to also add in here to just further the conversation. I think that, I get busy, and I'm as guilty about this as anyone. I try to stay on top of my hydration, and I know a lot of people will relate to this. They get working, they get busy, they forget about drinking water. And I'm going to add that into the fray here. If you become dehydrated or you don't take in fluids, not just water, but fluids in general, you are at a much greater risk of having these infections because everything gets dried out. And in the nasal cavity, about 9 out of 10 infections travel through there. They get into the nasal cavity and they start the viral replication process. And if we keep these fluidities, these hydration mechanisms in motion, there's going to be a lower risk factor of drying out the nasal cavity or the eyes where the portal of entry of these organisms occur. And that needs to have good consideration. Now, we're going to take a break here, Larry, and then when we come back from this break, I want to get into the top 10 ways, as you pointed out, the top 10 ways to boost a person's immune system. And so that our audience today here listening to the program has the opportunity to reduce their risk of developing these colds and flus and perhaps even COVID by just knowing. Now, you've given some tips, but I want to get real specific here. And then I also want to have you cover why it is in your mind that consuming exotic fruit juices such as Noni juice can provide some level of protection or reduction risk in a person's, trek toward getting ill. And as the statistics prove out, we're going to get 3 to 6 colds or flus a year. Wouldn't it be nice if that's not happening going forward? So, ladies and gentlemen, have something to write with and write on so that you can write some notes here and take advantage of Larry's research in this area, specializing in how these exotic fruits are able to impart good things to our body so that we don't get sick at all. All right. Our special guest, Larry Logsdon. Larry is a functional food researcher. The topic is the big problem that's going on right now with cold and flu season. It's here. The question is, are you ready going forward, you and your family, at reducing your risk of getting ill? That's the situation. And before we took our break, I asked Larry, when we come back from the break, to provide for us some suggestions that maybe the top 10 ways to boost our immune system and things we could perhaps avoid. Kara, I'm going to let you take it from there, Larry.
Well, doctor, I'll tell you, my dad always used to say to me, look, your body, human body, is a walking, talking chemical factory. You give it what it needs, it will keep you healthy. So that's sort of like the bottom line. That's the whole conversation. So what do we need to actually keep ourselves healthy? The first thing in line is getting enough rest, good deep sleep, at least 7 to 8 hours of rest. Real rest every night, where your body has time to do the work it needs to do to rebuild and get you healthy. That's the first thing everybody needs to do. And during the holidays, lots of people just don't get close to that. Number one. Number two, you need exercise, moderate exercise. Get out and take a walk. 2, 3, 4 times a week and really feel it.
All right.
You'll find that you feel a lot better. And this gets your body moving. And when you get things moving, of course, it detoxifies your body. If you sit around a lot, you got yourself built up with toxins. That's the second thing I suggest doing. The third one is just back off on stress. And people say, I don't know how to do that. Well, let me tell you, stress by its own definition is a positive motivational force or a constraining force. You don't need to be everywhere all the time. If you're running late, here's your phone. Call ahead, say, you know what, I'm running late. I'll see you there in a little while. As opposed to trying to beat everybody there, because it'll never happen. But believe it or not, the stress factors are what tear down the immune system, because the fight-flight syndrome kicks in, and that's what robs immunity. And of course, getting down the road here, trying to reduce stress, as I suggest, if you can, learn how to do some yoga. It's only a 10 to 15-minute type of activity to do every day, where you sit quietly and you just allow yourself to be with yourself and stretch the body here and there to get yourself more flexibility. It's a big deal. Another one is quit smoking. If you're a smoker or you're around smokers, get the heck away. It says on the packet it'll kill you, and it really will. A third thing here I find it's very interesting is most people, because of we're in the throes of winter, don't get enough sunshine, therefore not enough vitamin D. This is an amazing thing, vitamin D. Oh my Lord! I believe that if you could show 25,000 units of vitamin D a day, it will boost your immune system 10 times. Wow, that's an amazing thing. And it's cheap. I mean, what, 100-count bottle is like $4? It's cheap. So another one here that really suggests get away from fast foods, get back to wholesome, good, whole foods. Make them at home if you can. If you're out, well, you're going to have to take the discount when you're out. But try to eat good food. Organics is key, because they don't have any other chemicals in there that destroy your immune system. Remember, your gut is where the immunity begins. The next thing I really suggest is getting more fruits and vegetables. I mean, you really need to eat the green leafies. You need all the colors. And if you don't like them, learn to like them, because this is what powers your body. This is what the human body wants. And one of these things that I've got a little list of the 10 foods you can eat for reducing stress. And chocolate is among those, so you don't like that. And then I like to tell you this, Bob. You may not know this, but when you take Noni juice with your vitamin D, you 3x the results. Yeah, if you take 25,000 units of vitamin D, you'll get at least a 10-time improvement in your immune system. And Noni taken with it can add a 3x effect. Wow, folks. That's a big deal.
All right, let's talk further about Noni. If somebody were to take you up on this advice and start incorporating Noni juice into their diet, what are they going to expect? We've got a break coming up. If you can be brief on this, Larry, I'd appreciate it. What are we looking for, and what does Noni juice taste like?
Well, there's 2 formulas of Noni juice. We have our original, which is a blend of blueberries and raspberry with Noni.
It's delicious, by the way.
Yeah, it's very tasty, and makes it very simple to take. You'll love the way you feel. I mean, as soon as you take it, you go, yeah, I'm feeling something. That's how it works. Because Noni is there to help your body create balance. And most people don't realize that they're all out of whack. And once it begins to taste, you say, oh my gosh, that's pretty good stuff. Take it every day. You'll feel a whole lot better. Now, we have another formula called Island Style. And Dr. Bob, this does taste rank. It tastes horrible.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, I've tasted. Have you ever tasted echinacea? It doesn't even compare to that.
Well, okay. It's a vinegar.
Or oregano?
Well, the Island Style Noni is a vinegar, and it just does not have that pleasant taste that our original formula does. And it's because it's totally medicinal. It's got all the pulp and the fruit and seeds and all the stuff in there that comes with the fruit. But it's got horsepower. So let me tell you, you'll burn rubber with that stuff.
Okay, so we have two. We've got the one for the wimps like me with the covered up noni juice with the blueberry and the raspberry, and then you've got the one for the real men and women, the alphas that'll take that island style and throw it back and with a smile on their face. But you know what? Any way you can get noni juice into your body, ladies and gentlemen, is the way to go. Look for Tahiti Trader Noni juice in the marketplace, as we have pointed out. And Larry, I want to make sure also, because you and I talked before the program, you have got a tremendous ebook, 10 Steps to Transforming the Immune System, available, and you've also been very generous to make it available to our listeners. Can you set forth how they would get a hold of that?
Okay, we have this ebook available to you. It's free, folks. No charge. Go to TahitiTrader.com and you'll find a link there to get the download. All you do is put your name in there, because we have to know who to send it to and your email address, and we'll ship it over to you right away. This ebook it's about 100 pages, but you'll find all kinds of good information here that helps you guide yourself on the way to getting yourself really healthy. It's probably the cheapest, best way you can get there. And very soon, and maybe we'll have it ready next week, we'll offer a free online course to teach it to you if you don't want to actually read the book. So I suggest you go to our website, TahitiTrader.com, and look for the link to get the free ebook download, 10 steps to your boosting your immune system.
Well, that's great. And let me just just in case people who don't have a computer, I also want them to have the availability to call your office at 800-842-5309, 800-842-5309, or Tahiti Trader. That's TAHITI Trader, TRADER.com, and request the free offer that Larry's offering, 10 Steps to Transform Your Immune System, which is great. And then the coming online immunity building course that he's also offering up for our listeners, by the way, has almost a $200 value. That's free also to Dr. Bob Martin's show listeners, which I think is a great offer there. And if you're inclined to reduce your risk going forward of getting all these bugs and infections, try them out. Try the Tahiti Trader Noni juice, either island style or the one that's flavored deliciously, the one that I like the best. But again, you may feel, hey, the medicine to really work, it's got to taste a little rough. Well, whatever. You got your choice. In any event, you can go into any of the stores throughout the valley here, GNC, Natural Grocers, Sprouts, Farmers Markets, and find Tahiti Trader Noni juice. We'll have finishing comments with our special guest, Larry Logsdon, a functional food researcher expert, when we come back from this break. I'm Dr. Bob Martin. All right, we are back, and our special guest is Larry Logsdon. He is a functional food researcher specializing in exotic fruits such as noni juice. And if you have not experienced Noni juice, spelled Noni, you should. There, you might be saying to yourself, well, I throw back the OJ in the morning or the apple juice. No. Let me tell you something. There are food scientists, researchers, studying the medicinal properties of this amazing exotic tropical fruit that has an amazing history of being a medicine in cultures around the world. In fact, at the University of Hawaii, they're studying it as to try to find out and discern, is it possible that noni has anti-cancer properties? I mean, this is what's going on. Larry, are you aware of research going on at the University of Hawaii related to noni?
I am. And in fact, you touched on something very interesting. You see, noni, they have discovered, has anti-tumor properties. Very amazing thing. People who have any kind of inflammation, which is a pre-tumor, find that it goes down like overnight, and the pain associated with it goes down as well. There is, in fact, is an oncologist at Loma Linda University who recommends using Noni juice with your cancer treatment because it helps to maintain. Yeah. And in fact, I'm going to have that up in one of our upcoming shows to discuss that subject and the doctor himself.
Okay.
But the whole thing boils down to this, folks. Your body wants to heal itself. It needs the tools to do it.
Needs the raw materials.
It's an amazing thing. Yeah. It's an amazing thing. It brings what you need, and you will notice a difference.
Well, I think it's almost so simple. It's hard to, the average person even wrap their brain around. They think that they have to, risk life and limb by taking a synthetic pharmaceutical petrochemical poison in order to believe that it's going to have any effect. And yet, once again, nature comes through for us, providing those materials that are in nature that we stumbled across and find, and then ultimately figure out by these cultures using it, even though the cultures of the Polynesian people who have used this for thousands of years, Larry, they didn't know what they didn't know what they were doing, but they knew it worked, and that's all that mattered.
Well, it's the only fruit they brought with them for medicine. It's the only way the whole South Pacific became populated. That's how they did it. And it's just an amazing thing. In fact, we were interviewing a gal from the Caribbean who wants to work at our company. And she said, at home, we use Noni juice like crazy. Yeah. It's the only medicine we can afford. It's that good.
Well, okay. Now I want to, Larry, before time runs out on us here, I want to make sure people understand they can get a hold of Tahiti Trader Noni juice, either the beautiful flavor with the blueberry and the raspberry flavor, or island style at finer health food stores throughout the valley, including Natural Grocers, Vitamin Shop, Sprouts, GNC. You can also, folks, hit their website for more information at TahitiTrader.com, TahitiTrader.com, or call this toll-free number and find out about getting the free ebook download at 800-842-5309, 800-842-5309 or TahitiTrader.com, or get out to your favorite health food store and look for Tahiti Trader Noni juice. Larry, thank you so very much for joining us. We have run out of time. We'll have you back on the show in the near future, sir.
Thank you for tuning in to the Wellness Made Easy podcast. We appreciate your support, so be sure to follow us on social media and visit TahitiTrader.com for more health tips and information. And until next time, stay well and drink your Noni. Bye-bye for now.